welcome. My name is Kathy A, and today I'm going to do a very special collab with Glitzy Fritzy. We were talking about doing something together, and even though we don't live near each other, we thought we would do a video about the same subject and release it at the same time. And since it's graduation season and wedding season and special events season, since it's wedding season, graduation season, and summer celebration season, we thought that we would do a get ready with me special events makeup special. And I got the wedding. She has a graduation coming up next week, and I have a wedding. So this is actually 7 hours later. This is the makeup I put on this morning, and I will show you how I got my face to this. And this is out in the hot sun. They had an outdoor wedding. Well, it was indoor church and then an outdoor reception out in a rose garden. It was very hot sun. There were dogs. It was quite a little experience. And then Bud and I went and got ice cream afterwards. So I did not retouch my makeup once. So this is actually unretouched makeup from several hours ago. And I'm really pleased with how it came out, and you'll be surprised. I used a lot of drugstore products as well as high-end, and it may be kind of interesting for you to see what I actually reached for myself if I was going out to a special event and I wanted to impress people with my makeup. So the kind of fun part about this is it was in Farmington, Connecticut, and those of you who watch Mad Men may remember that Don Draper's daughter, Sally, went to school at Miss Porter's in Farmington, Connecticut, and I actually took a picture of it. It's down the street from where the wedding was held. And this is the church where the wedding was held. And before I show you a few pictures from the wedding and our selfies, they had a photo booth there where we had some fun. There was kind of spread out hors d'oeuvres and cold cuts and hummus and all kinds of stuff and lots of alcohol. Anyway, it was a nice time, and beautiful old-fashioned dress, and it was an old stone church from the 1700s, so it was extremely interesting. And the reception was held at the Hillstead Museum, which is an old museum, which was kind of interesting also, right up the street from Miss Porter. So anyway, I want to go through where I began from my fresh face to my full made-up face, and then how I got dressed, and then again, this is how it looks several hours later. So spraying the finishing spray before and after really did make a difference, and my eyes stayed quite nicely. I want to thank Elle is for a living for her suggestion to cut false lashes in half and use half on one and half on the other. That was an amazing trick. Thank you very much, Elle, because I had never done that before. I have done the full strip of lashes, and I've done the little individual, like 3 in a row kind of ones. But this was actually the easiest lashes I've ever put on, and that was because of your suggestion, so I do thank you for that. Anyway, I want you all to tune into, after you watch mine, I want you to tune into Glitzy Fritzy and see what she did for her get ready with me for graduation makeup. So, okay, the magic of video. Let's go back in time.
Starting off with one of the favorite of my primers. This is Circa, and there's a really nice texture to this face primer. And I tapped it in at first, and I'm just kind of rubbing it a little bit. This is the Hard Candy Eyelid Primer. I think it's called Eyes the Limit or something like that. This worked really well. I had a little bit of excess face primer on. I just stuck on my chin there. Anyway, this is slightly tinted, but not enough to cover imperfections or discolorations on your eyelid, but the shadow will do that job. This is CVS BB Cream in light medium. Yep, I know, but I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I've talked about this, and I could use any foundation I wanted to for this special event. And what did I choose? A $6.99 face BB cream that you can find in CVS in the skincare aisle. It's not in with the makeup, although there was a little display in my local CVS. It's generally found over with all of the skincare products. And it is the CVS home brand. This is light medium. It is half a shade to a shade darker than my own skin tone, but I wanted to have a little bit of color for this because it is a special event, and I think I look better with a little more color on my face. And I'm moving it down because there will be some décolleté showing with the dress. Not much, but a little. It's very humbling watching myself looking like this. I'm not sure what I was thinking by wearing the scarf up in my hair. It looks like a very sad rave party day after look. And I'm just buffing it in. That's an IT Cosmetics brush that I'm using. I am just blotting it, pat drying it with a tissue. This is a very old-fashioned, old-school way to blot your makeup and set it, as opposed to putting powder on. I'm doing this because I'm going to be setting it with a setting spray and powder. This is just the first step. This is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. The color is Warm Light. There is one color that's lighter than this, but it was just so light I had that raccoon eye thing going on, so thought that this would be the best option. There I am doing the squeaky from. And this is a really nice light concealer because it brightens your face on the inner part where it should be brightened up for these kind of things, and it does not sink into your creases after it's set. Now I like to give it a few minutes to set in there, and then I will poke around with it with my makeup remover pen if it has settled in, and then I'll set it with some powder. Going around the nose where I always get redness. This is the Tarte Rainforest After Dark palette. This has cheek and eye colors. I'm just using the face bronzer right now, which is Park Avenue Princess. You can buy these colors individually, and this one is usually in all of these disc palettes that they release. Even though they're limited edition, they do tend to have some of the same colors in them. And I'm going underneath the jawline there to take out some of those double chins. If you have a very gaunt face or a small face, you wouldn't want to do that step. And I'm going up and just kind of chiseling off the edges of my forehead there, because I have a big rectangular square face. Back into the face powder part, let's go to, we're doing the HD under eye powder from Elle. There is some micro glitter in this. It's just a tiny bit, but it does not sink into your wrinkles. Alright, this is Hourglass Mood Exposure. This is my Holy Grail blush. I can actually say I have a Holy Grail blush. It's absolutely beautiful no matter what you apply it with. It goes on so nicely. And I'm just doing a little bit on the top of the nose so it looks like the sun kissed me a little bit. And this is the Ambient Lighting Powder. This is also from Hourglass, and you heard a lot of people talk about these ambient powders like they are Holy Grails, and this one happens to be. I love this, and this shade is called Diffuse Light. It's a slightly light ivory warm tone rather than a white or a shimmery tone. It puts a sheen and a beautiful glow, a healthy glow on your skin. It does not give you a shine. Now this does give you a little bit of a highlight shine. This is the Becca Face Shimmer in Opal. This is the liquid version that I got in a trio at holiday time. It's a very warm tone. It blends nicely with blushes. I'm also using it just under the brow. First spray, this is Hard Candy Setting Spray for the face. Just 2 or 3 sprays, and I let it set for a second. I'm air drying it. Now this is the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette, and I'm taking a shade out of the warm quadrant, the lightest shade. All of the shades have names, but I think just pointing at it you'll see which one I'm using. I'm using this as a base all over my eyelids, all the way up to underneath the brow. It makes a really nice base. Going into the kind of lighter color in the neutral palette. And I'm using an Elle crease brush, and I'm going right into this light base color in the cool tone section. We're just mixing and matching here. And it's really more of a transition color, but I'm starting it off, the crease color, with this because it's a little more subtle than the crease color I'm going to use. And I'm just shearing it out with my finger a little bit, going into this crease color in the neutral palette, just on the outside 2/3 of the crease area, where just above the line where my eyes end and my ledge begins there. This is a tiny little shadow lining brush, and I really like it a lot. Going into my favorite color in the palette, it's that dark brown from the Warm palette. It's absolutely beautiful. It's my favorite corner eye color from the palette. And just a teeny bit of fallout there. But you know, the brush I'm using too, I'm not really tapping it off very well, so that's human error there. I'm taking my finger and just going into that light kind of orangey tan color just for the corners, just to warm up my eye look a little bit, and it transitions a little bit up to the corners. Going into the white for the inner eye corners. Now we're going into the Smashbox On the Rocks palette. This has a lot of colors in it, and I'm going into the blue, just using it in my color bar there, which is just transitioning from the really dark corner towards the middle just a little bit. I think blue is a really pretty color with blue-eyed people. I think it really accentuates your blue eyes. And I'm using it just in the last third of the lower lash line. And I'm taking my finger in this little khaki color and just putting it there. So I'm transitioning like 4 colors. There's the white, there's that khaki, there's the blue, and then there's the black and brown. Going into the dark gray, just kind of going over the line just above my lashes and just below my lashes. This is the Mally eyeliner pen, and this is in gunmetal. It's a really pretty kind of shimmery dark gray. I'm using it on the tight line area, which is just underneath my lashes on the upper side, and I'm also lining over the top of the lashes. This is the KathyAayBeauty brow pencil in blonde, and this is a retractable. I really like KathyAayBeauty products a lot. Very, very high quality. Now, I don't go crazy with my brows. I think that a really huge brow on an older person can look very unnatural and Joan Crawford-like. And I'm just filling them in. And I'm just using the spoolie side to kind of fluff them up, checking out, make sure there's no fallout or problems, dings or dents. And I'm curling the lashes, and I'm going like 8 to 10 seconds on each side. This is speeded up slightly. I'm so impatient with that process. This is Urban Decay's Perversion Mascara. This was actually quite a disappointment. By the end of the day, I had left a lot of little dings at the top of my eyeshadow lower brow lid area. But it gave me a great lash. I thought that the Perversion lash was really good. I'm doing about 3 coats here. This is the Becca lip liner, and it's a duo-sided. One side is nude, and the other side is actually kind of a very light flesh color that you can highlight with or use as a wonder pencil. And I'm just doing the little Cupid's bow area. Now this is a ColourPop lippy stick, and the color is Brink. This was a gift from Audra. Why do I want to say Audrey? You know, her name is Audra. And it's a really pretty, kind of a pinky nude color. I'm going to top it off with some J. Manuel lip gloss in Charisma, which is a beautiful, shiny lip gloss. I really like this a lot. It's a brand that you have to order through Home Shopping Network, I believe. And this is the Katy Perry perfume in Killer Queen. Just taking it all around, some of the pulse points. Maybe going down a little south there. Okay. This is the nail polish, Zoya nail polish. These are the Kardashian lashes. They were on sale at my CVS of all places. I'm cutting them in half. This is a trick thanks to Elle. Elle is for living. She taught me that. And I'm using some Kiss Lash Glue. Now I'm putting 1/2 on each eye, and it actually makes a perfect lash. It's really easy to apply, and it stayed on all day really wonderfully. This is a great trick. Thank you, Elle, once again. Usually I have to fuss and fight with these things for quite a while. Now I had let the glue set for about 20 seconds before I'm doing this maneuver so that it's a little more tacky and the lashes won't slide around and it won't screw up the makeup too much. Now I always fix my makeup after I put fake lashes on, so I'm going to go over the top with a, this is a gel liner from Elle. This is the dark brown gel liner, and I'm using a very thin powder brush with it. It's just going over the top of the line that's already there and over the top of the lashes to fill in any skin showing. And you get kind of a subtle, elegant look without being a little too overdone. Don't want to do twiggy lashes. You know, it just doesn't work sometimes when you overdo it. But this is tasteful enough that they'll wonder if they're your real lashes or not. Okay, going into another step here, and this is another spray of the Hard Candy Face Setting Spray, and that just sets it all together, and we're done.
So my hair's a little windblown, and I did just retouch my lip gloss, but everything else, all my makeup is totally intact still, as if I just put it on, and I'm so impressed with the products I used. I hope you paid attention, and have a beautiful day. Take care. Toodles.